right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Yep, ready.
Welcome to Hooligans Underground, everybody. Welcome to Stand Only. Hi, y'all. Hey, Clotilde was driving home
Oh, we got pissy.
on her trip to
Whoops.
Wall. Now, as she was passing Cajun country, she saw Marie walking down the side of the road. Now, she stopped the car and asked Marie if she would like a ride. Now, resuming the journey after Marie got in, Clotilde attempted to make a little small talk with her. Now, Marie just sat there silent, looking intently at everything she saw, studying every little detail. Till she noticed a brown bag on the seat next to Clotilde. Marie asked, she said, "What's in that bag?" Now, Clotilde, she looked down at the brown bag and she says, "It's a bottle of wine. I got it from my husband." And Marie was silent for another moment or two. Then, speaking with the quiet wisdom of an elder Cajun lady, she says, "That's a damn good trade you made there." I know some people who would make that trade probably.
Yeah. Gleesa and I would.
You know, I got pulled over by a cop because of a bumper sticker. It said I traded a gun for my, no, I got a gun for my wife. It was the best trade I ever made. A state trooper pulled me over. And asked me where I got it.
All right,
He wanted one.
Home from work. Now, Boudreaux, he was shocked to find that his house had been ransacked and burglarized.
Uh-huh.
Now, he telephoned the police at once to report the crime. Now, the police dispatcher broadcast the call out on the radio, and the K9 unit patrolling the area was the first to respond. Now, as the K9 officer approached the house with his dog, Boudreaux ran out of the porch to meet him. Now, Boudreaux shuddered at the sight of the cop and his dog, and he then sat down on the steps looking extremely exasperated. Now, putting his hands over his face, Boudreaux moaned. The officer, y'all. He said, "I come home to find my possessions all stolen. Then I called the police for help, and what they do? They done sent a blind policeman."
Oh, blind policeman.
All right, I'm going to do one more silly one. Then we'll do open mic. I like this one. This is a funny one. All right, y'all. Boudreaux was out shopping. Now, he asked the store clerk, he says, "In what aisle might I find a boudin?" Now, the clerk looks at him and he says, "Are you a real Cajun?" Now, Boudreaux, clearly offended, says, "Well, damn right I am. But let me ask you something, mister. If I had asked for Italian sauce, you have asked me if I was Italian? Or if I had asked you for German bratwurst, asked me if I was German? If I asked for a kosher hot dog, you gonna ask if I'm a Jew? And what if I asked for a taco, would you ask me if I was Mexican?" Now the clerk, "Well, no, I probably wouldn't have." Now, with a sense of deep self-righteousness, Boudreaux says, "Well then, why the hell you ask me if I'm a Cajun just because I asked for boudin?" Now, then the clerk replied. He said, "Well, sir, because you in the home."
Wait, cut out. I didn't hear it.
Because you're in a Home Depot.
Because you at the Home Depot. Ain't no boudin or sausage or bratwurst. None of that.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't hear the end of it. That was what it was. It got cut off.
Whenever I buy wood, they ask, "Are you a lumberjack? Are you a carpenter?"
Right.
Oh, that was a different one though.
Don't ask me if I'm
I
a
gotta
lady.
cook it. We ain't gonna say it. All right, open mic. Who's coming up?
Can I?
Oh, you do?
Yes,
Can I?
I think so. You're sneaking up on me up here.
Well, because I'm always so slow to get on the stage.
Hey,
That's good.
Yay, Hope!
All right, everybody, let's welcome Hope to the stage.
Not hopeless anymore. Yay!
Okay, so since the celebration of Jesus's birthday is coming up really soon, I'm going to do some Bible church jokes. They're all dad jokes, and I'm not a dad, and I know that's a faux pas. A faux pas. When does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent. Let's get into the religious ones. Jesus is preparing many rooms in his Father's house. What kind of tiles does he want?
Gentiles.
Gentiles! Woo, you got it! Good job. I have to confess that I think 3 guys in the Bible were really hot. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They're the ones who... Right? Sorry. Oh my gosh.
Oh no!
Do you remember? I have to confess that to my pastor. I'm gonna have to tell him. I think those guys are so hot. Remember the wedding where Jesus turned water into wine?
Yeah.
It was a very emotional experience. Even the cake was in tears.
Oh my god!
Oh, funny.
How do we know the Magi were wise men? Because they brought with them some gold, myrrh, and some frankincense for once.
Freaking sense, yeah.
Wild's gone crazy. I love you, Wild. Oh my gosh. I love you.
You know what happened? They showed up. They go, we got some gold and we got some frankincense. And they said, is that all? And they go, no, this is myrrh.
There's myrrh. Oh shoot, you just stole one of mine. God darn it. Who was the most disappointed when the prodigal son came home? The fatted calf. Adam came home late again. Eve said, "Is there another woman?" Adam said, "No, dear. Count my ribs."
Dig.
The economy is tough these days, but Noah, he was really good at finances. He kept all his stock afloat.
Yeah.
The rest of the world went into liquidation.
Like it is now.
Cute.
I'll skip the one about need I say myrrh. Do you know where Solomon's temple was located? It was between his... Yes! You guys are too.
I didn't hear it.
It was between...
It wasn't.
I am-
Let her tell the joke. What did you say?
Which biblical city was always against the COVID mask mandates? Damascus.
Yes.
That's a good one.
How long did Cain hate his brother?
Until he died.
As long as he was able.
Yeah.
Do you know how churches settle church disputes? With cannons. Why are the Mormons dumb? Why are Mormons dumb? Because they... Oh, come on. Because they go door to door to door.
Oh, that's good.
How did Delilah get into Samson's house? She changed his locks.
True.
Oh,
Did you know that believing only 12.5% of the Bible makes you an atheist?
an atheist.
Atheist.
I got just one more. I'm going to leave with an old ancient Chinese proverb.
Oh, good. We like.
Man who farts in church sits in his own pew.
Yes, for
All right,
sure.
everybody, big hand.
Well done. Hey, guess it's better than sitting somebody else. Where's Nick's little blue outfit?
It's on everything, you know.
I'm coming.
Oh wow.
I had a,
Not breathing
explains a
hard.
lot. That explains a whole lot.
Oh, wow.
had a technical difficulty. Problem having.
Oh,
I gotta turn Nick back up.
Why you turn me down? The hell? Alright, y'all, Boudreaux. Now, Boudreaux, he took little T. Boudreaux. I think we named him Tofield. Tofield Boudreaux. Now,
Tokyo.
Big Boudreaux took little Boudreaux fishing on the lake for the first time just a couple weeks ago. Now, after a while, T started asking his daddy some questions.
Mm-mm.
Said, Daddy, what makes the boat float? Which replies, I don't really know, son. Now, a few minutes later, T asks us again, Daddy, how do the fishes breathe under the water?
Mm.
Boudreaux replies, to be honest with you, son, I don't really know. Now, a little while later, another question. Daddy, why is the sky blue? Now, Boudreaux got the same answer. Son, I really do not know.
Wow.
Now, suddenly, T says, Daddy, I sure hope you ain't mad. Hope you don't mind me asking you all them questions. But he looks over at little T. Tofield and he says, Chef, if you don't ask questions, you ain't never going to learn anything. Ah,
You're not gonna learn it anyway.
not from that daddy, huh?
Rudo.
Good Lord.
That's all I'm doing for now.
Ah,
Gonna do an open mic,
Yay! Get going, Nick.
yay.
You want me to
spin
go up?
around.
You want me to go up?
Yeah, go on.
Sure, come on, buddy.
Sure.
All right.
All right,
I'll
Fiddlah,
up.
go. Yeah.
I got some jokes I told a long, long time ago, over a year and a half ago.
Oh, good. Maybe we won't remember him then. Good.
All right, big welcome for Fiddler.
Thank you, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good holiday so far. And I wish everyone a happy Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, Fiddler.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, Fiddler.
So these jokes are really, really dumb.
Yay! I can get them.
Okay, here we go. They're one line.
Finally, a joke I'll understand.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Here we
you're
go.
So funny.
Number one. Quote, laugh alone and the world thinks you're an idiot.
Oh, God, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, me too.
Last night I laid in bed looking up at the stars in the sky and I thought to myself, where the heck is the damn ceiling?
My tent, whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
whatever it is you're smoking, let us have some too.
Oh, man, buddy. All right. You know what? We should all learn from our parents' mistakes. Use birth control.
Oh, yeah.
God.
I agree. I wish my parents had.
We're glad they didn't.
Aw.
This is true. Where there's a will, there is at least 500 relatives.
Oh, yeah. And a dead person, yeah.
It's true.
Do not walk behind me, for I may not lead. Do not walk ahead of me, for I may not follow. Do not walk beside me. Just leave me the heck alone.
Yeah, right?
That was me last week, yeah.
Laughing stock. Cattle with a sense of humor.
Yeah,
Cute.
I asked God for a bike, but I know God doesn't work that way. So I stole a bike and I asked for forgiveness.
that's right. That's what I like to do. How I got my car.
One great thing about being wrong is the joy it brings to others. Be very nice to your kids because someday they're going to choose your nursing home.
Oh, no, they won't.
Oh, no, they won't.
Well, maybe not, but
Hang on.
for some, growing old is mandatory. Growing up is definitely optional.
Yeah,
Definitely. We're all witness to this.
And this is one for the
I
ladies.
can't wait till I grow up.
When climbing the ladder of success, don't let the boys look up your skirt.
Why not? You get a lot more. Well, never mind.
A lot more success.
Yeah, that's job incentive.
Experience is something you don't get until just after you need it.
That's about right.
Absolutely true.
An ex-girlfriend told me this once. I mean once. I'm really easy to get along with once people learn to worship me. It was into her.
Yeah.
Did you know I don't have a beer gut? I have a protective covering for my rock-hard abs. Actually, I do have a beer gut. My mother told me, always told me, if you have a big tool, build a big shed around it. That's a true story. I read recipes the same way I read science fiction. I get to the end and I think,
Come on,
well,
man.
that ain't gonna happen.
That's so true. I love it.
Oh, that's you so much. Listen
A computer once beat me at chess, but it was no match for me at kickboxing. Did you know that we have enough youth? How about a fountain of smart?
Yeah. For real.
Did you know that you don't need a parachute to go skydiving? You need a parachute to go skydiving twice. But that's
that was good. That was good.
letting go of a loved one can be hard, but sometimes it's the only way to survive a rock climbing catastrophe.
Oh, that's so morbid. I love it.
Goodbye.
I'll always miss you.
Why does someone
See
believe
the
when
bottom.
you say there are 4 billion stars, but checks when you say the pain is wet?
I didn't hear it.
And this is true. I don't suffer from insanity. I enjoy every single minute of
Oh,
it.
yes, you do. And we enjoy your insanity, too.
There are
Hey,
3
you speak
kinds of
insanity
people.
like it's a bad thing.
No, it's a good thing. There are 3 kinds of people. Those who can count and those who can't.
That's a good one.
I have all the money I'll ever need if I die by 9 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm rich. I'm rich for a
Hey,
minute.
the clock
Goodbye,
is
everybody.
counting. The clock is ticking.
That was good.
The other day, I was showing my neighbor my tools in my shed, and I said to him, "This is my step ladder." I never knew my real ladder. He's been avoiding me ever since. Not saying I live in a rough area, but I just bought an advent calendar, and half the windows are boarded up.
I ate all my chocolates out of mine tonight. Oh.
Did you know that relationships are a lot like algebra? Have you ever looked at your ex and wondered why?
What does y equal?
MC squared.
That's right. I'm great at multitasking. I can waste time, be unproductive, and procrastinate all at once.
Yeah.
I'm getting better
Hey,
at
no,
that.
that's talent. Let me tell you.
Apparently, I snore so loudly that it scares the hell out of everyone in the car I'm driving.
That's funny.
I changed my password to incorrect, so whenever I forget what it is in the computer, it'll say your password is incorrect.
Yay!
That's a great idea.
Fixed
I
it.
like that idea.
Here's a
That's
good
pretty
question.
awesome.
Why is the road to success always under construction? Oh, and this is very true. A clean house is the sign of a broken computer. Now, I just read that 4,153,237 people got married last year.
Ugh.
Not to cause any trouble, but shouldn't that be an even number?
Oh, that's a good
The
I
last
love
two are
myself.
midgets.
Scientists say the universe should be made up of protons, neutrons, and electrons. They forgot to mention morons.
Morons, yeah.
Thieves had broken into my house and stolen everything except my soap, shower gel, towels, and deodorant. Dirty bastards.
Jeez.
People used to laugh out loud at me when I said I wanted to be a comedian. Well, nobody's laughing now.
Job.
Yay, Fiddler, you, yeah.
Behind every angry woman is a man who has absolutely no idea what he did wrong. That's the fact.
Just wake up every morning and say, I'm sorry.
You're not fat, you're just easier to see. P.S. I've tried this one before. It doesn't work. Believe me. If history repeats itself, I'm getting a dinosaur.
Really soft it there, Ken. I didn't hear it.
I said if history repeats itself, I'm getting a dinosaur.
Oh, yeah. Oh, one too.
Now, here's a good question. What sane person could live in this world and not be crazy? Alcohol does not make you fat. It makes you lean against tables, chairs, walls, floors, and ugly people.
And ugly people.
I know I should give up drinking, but I'm not a quitter.
Nobody likes a quitter.
When I read about the evils of drinking, I gave up reading. The ideal man doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs, doesn't swear, doesn't get angry, and does not exist.
Exactly.
For sure.
It takes only one drink to get me drunk. The trouble is, I can't remember if it's the 13th or the 14th. I told my wife that a husband is like a fine wine. He gets better with age. The next day, she locked me in the cellar. And that's the ending for me, folks. Thank you very much.
Great job.
All right, little Bear was in science class, and the teacher asked him, say, Bear, if you are out in space and in a vacuum, will you be able to hear me if I call your name? And little Bear says, well, teacher, is it on or is it off? It took me a while to get that one to you.
A vacuum.
All right, I bombed once, bombed twice. I ain't gonna bomb 3 times. But what we got coming up next is Pepper. So everybody, warm welcome.
Pepper.
Pepper.
Pepper is
Turn my
the
camera.
In a long time.
Well,
Happy
mask, get out the way.
You're on my world.
The wrong guy, y'all. Hey, Pepper.
Hey, Pepper Wee.
Hi, everyone. How many of you have had this snowstorm a day or two ago and
Oh,
looking
yeah.
forward to, what do they call it, blast or
Blast. The blast is coming.
yeah, which is coming to celebrate our Christmas. So let's welcome Frosty the Snowman. What do you call a snowman on rollerblades? A snowmobile. What do snowmen eat for lunch?
Icicles?
So cornflakes, snowflakes.
Icebergers. And what do hungry snowmen put on their icebergers?
Iceberg lettuce.
That's a good one, but how about chili sauce?
Yeah.
Where do snowmen put their web pages? On the winternet.
That's a good one.
How do snowmen get around?
Oh, they get rolled into balls.
They ride an icicle. That's a 2-year-old trying to say bicycle, right? They ride an icicle.
Icicle.
Yes. What did Jack Frost say to Frosty the Snowman? Have an ice day. Gleesa, this one's for you. Where do snowmen keep their money?
I know, in the snowbank.
Yay! She got it! She got it. Why was the snowman looking through the carrots? He was picking his nose.
Picking his
Oh,
nose.
well, say something about his nose, but I couldn't think of what.
Oh, that's so cute.
What happened when the snowman had an or snow woman had an argument with the snowman? She gave him the cold shoulder. What did the snowman's hat say to the scarf?
You don't need that.
You hang around while I go on ahead. Two snowmen were standing in a field. One said, "Can you smell carrots?" The second replied, "No, but I can taste coal."
That's what it's supposed to be.
Oh, yeah.
What do you say? Oh, geez. What do you say to me and a stressed out snowman? Chill out. What do snowmen have for breakfast?
Frosted Flakes.
Frosties is right.
Yeah.
Ice Krispies.
Ice Krispies.
What is a snowman's favorite drink?
Daiquiri.
Iced tea.
Okay.
What happened when the icicle fell on the snowman's head?
Knocked them out cold.
Yes, it did. Yay, Fiddlah.
Hey, Fiddler, you got it.
Harder than you look.
Where do snowmen and snow women go to dance?
Snowball.
No place.
Yes. Hoo-hoo, Hope got that one. What do snowmen call their offspring?
That's Snow Baby.
Children.
Oh.
And my last one for the night, because I am the farmer's daughter, even though I'm all gussied up tonight. How do you know when there is a snowman in your bed? You wake up wet.
Oh my god.
Thank you,
Oh my
everyone.
How sensual.
Good job, Pepper.
Hey. Wake up all wet.
Those are good.
Yeah. That's fun to try to think of answers.
Oh, you went up with the wrong person.
Yeah, again.
Oh, I wonder why
Second
that
time
happened
tonight.
twice. Oh, that was you twice. Okay.
You went
You
up
know what
with
I
the
did, y'all? I'll
cameraman.
tell y'all. Normally, I've got like a big monitor right in front of me and a little bit smaller monitor to the left. Well, usually I have Nick on the big monitor because it's right in front of me and easier. And I have Ron's monitor to the left, which is the one that records everything. Well, I decided to try to make the video a little bit bigger, so I switched them around. So
There you
I
go.
keep looking at the wrong monitor.
I didn't know Ron was you. I thought it was some dude that was really eager to do comedy.
Yeah, I did it first, and then I realized it was Ron.
Well,
Yeah.
This guy really wants the mic right now.
Yeah, Ron
And Nick
is the
was just
audio.
kicking.
Oh, okay.
Ron is the camera guy,
Okay.
and the little
Yeah.
gray-haired guy in the back, James, he's the audio guy. I got
Oh.
him set up on a laptop on straight audio.
Uh-huh.
That's why I'm up. All right, so
Mhm.
with that, I got a joke. All right, an RV owner driving his motorhome got hopelessly bogged down in an unexpectedly muddy hole on a dirt road down by the boat launch. Now, after a few minutes, an old cane farmer named Boudreaux come driving by on his tractor and offered to pull the motorhome out of the mud for $50. Bad deal, huh? Now, after the motorhome was back on dry ground, the RV owner said to Boudreaux, "Man, at that fair price, I bet you're pulling vehicles out of this mud hole day and night." Boudreaux replied, "Nope, not at night, Chef. At night, I got to haul water down here to the boat." Fine, fine. Another quick. All right, the sheriff pulled up next to Boudreaux, was unloading garbage out of his pickup truck into a ditch out there in the parish. Sheriff says, "Boudreaux, why are you dumping garbage in the ditch? Don't you see that sign right over your head?" "Yep," says Boudreaux. "That's why I'm dumping it right here, because it says, fine for dumping garbage." Trying to do the right thing, y'all. Just trying. All right, so with that, we're going to call open mic again.
I
And,
can.
all right, I see Gleesa moving.
Gleesa.
All right, let's
Yay,
welcome.
Gleesa!
Go, Gleesa.
Yay.
Oh, cute outfit. Cute outfit.
Oh, thank
girl.
you. I'm afraid to sit down because I don't want to show
I'm
everybody
afraid for you
my,
to sit down
my,
too.
my,
I think you better stand up.
yeah,
You
I'm
gotta
gonna
sit down.
stand.
You slut.
No, I don't want to show. Huh?
Damn. Do you
No,
have
I don't want
underwear
to
on?
show anybody my expensive business right now.
Oh, your expensive business looks good. It's covered good.
Oh,
It's covered good.
If I
she
sit down,
looks gorgeous.
I don't
Yeah,
want
she
to
looks
sit
great
down.
standing up.
Well, you better stop being a Randy always.
Hey. Everybody's looking up her skirt.
I'm
you
going.
know
No,
that.
don't look up my dress,
It looks really cute.
and
It
don't
looks
climb
really
the ladder.
It's cute.
Look down my
She's
shirt.
adorable. I sent a picture to her earlier.
It is.
Well, I hope everybody has a great Christmas. If I don't talk to you, and it's so great to be able to talk to you.
Thank you.
tonight. So I'm gonna, roast Santa tonight.
Oh God, here we go.
How
Will he
can
taste-
Santa? Whoops, what was that?
Tandra.
Will he taste good?
Yeah, you
If
said
I,
you're gonna roast.
It depends on if I get the right chestnuts. But roasting on an open fire. Never mind. How can Santa deliver presents during a thunderstorm?
Ah,
His that didn't come out right.
He drinks a beer? I don't
And you
know.
wait
What?
this long for me to go on. His sleigh is flown by reindeer. What is St. Nicholas's favorite measurement in the metric system?
What?
The centimeter.
Centimeter. Aw.
All right. What is red and white and falls down chimneys? Santa Claus.
Oh.
Which of Santa's reindeer has the worst manners? Rude all. And why do Dasher and Dancer love coffee? They're Santa's Starbucks.
Oh.
What is Santa's favorite track and field event? North Pole vaulting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and this is really the saddest one. What do you call a bankrupt Santa? Saint Nicholas.
Oh.
That's good.
I
Let's
know,
see, Nicholas.
especially at this time of year. What is the Santa's choice laundry detergent?
Tide Pods.
Yule Tide. You're close.
Oh,
Cute.
Tide,
Yeah.
yeah.
And how does Santa keep his bathroom clean?
Santa flush.
He uses Comet.
Oh,
Comment. Oh,
And this is really
Lord.
my last. I only had a couple tonight. And what do the elves call it when Father Christmas claps his hands at the end of the play? Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. Cute.
And that's all I have.
Yay.
You're always so proud.
Santa.
Santa Claus.
All right, Thibodeau had applied for a job as switchman with the railroad, and he was being interviewed by the chief engineer. And he asked Thibodeau, he said, if you have one train heading north and realize that another train is heading south on the same track, what you gonna do? Now Thibodeau thinks for a minute, then he replies, I think I'm gonna call Boudreaux. Now the chief, trying to figure out Thibodeau's response, says, why you gonna call this Boudreaux fella? The expert or something? No, he ain't. He's my best friend, but I don't think he ever seen a train wreck like this one before.
Oh, wow. Hmm.
Worth the 100.
All right, open mic, y'all, because I gotta find some new jokes. Open mic. Who wants to come up?
Well, I'll come up and do a couple because we're getting near the end of the night anyhow.
Yay, welcome back. Welcome back.
Well, thank you.
Go all night if you want.
Well, no, I'm not gonna go all
There's no
night. I
reason we
cannot go
can't.
all night. I cannot. Look, I barely got out of bed like a couple days ago, so let's just like go a little bit at a time here, buddy.
Well, we only
This
got-
drunk man hails a cab, and when the taxi cab pulls over, the drunk sticks his head in the passenger side window, and he asks the driver, "Have you got room in here for a whole lobster and 3 bottles of wine?" And the driver says, "Well, sure." And the drunk says, "Great," and he pukes all over the passenger seat. We're watching a movie in the theater and can't hear the dialogue over these chattering of these 2 women in front of him. He can't bear it any longer, and he taps one of the women on the shoulder and he says, "Excuse me, I can't hear." "Well, I should hope not," one woman says. "This is a private conversation." I hate movies. I don't go to movies because people are like that. I hate those assholes. This drunk man, he stared at a huge billboard for more than an hour. The billboard, advertising soda, wanted the world to drink Canada Dry. So the drunk bought a bus ticket to give it a shot. He went up to drink Canada Dry, and I'm going to go up there and, yeah.
Canada Dry is nasty.
No, to drink Canada Dry.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. Well, a lady walked in a dress shop one afternoon, spotting a gorgeous strapless dress in the window. And she says to the clerk, "I'd like to try on that strapless dress in the window." And the store clerk said, "Well, you can try on the dress, miss, but I think the changing room would be a better place to do it."
I'll live a little.
This lady on a commuter train is reading a newspaper article about life and death statistics. Fascinated, she turns to the man next to her and she says, "Did you know that every time I breathe, somebody dies?" "Oh my God, really?" he said. "Have you tried a good mouthwash?" So, 3 men are convicted of a crime. 3 men get convicted of a crime and sentenced to 20 years in solitary confinement. They're each allowed to bring something into the cell. First guy chooses as many books as he can fit in the cell. Second man requests painting supplies. and the last man requests 20 years worth of cigarettes. On the morning of their final release, the warden goes to visit each man in his cell. First man tells the warden, "These last 20 years of studying have been amazing. I'm going to go back to school and get my teaching degree." Second man tells the warden, "I have become an accomplished artist, and my works will hang in some of the most famous galleries in the world." And when the warden goes in the third man's cell and finds him surrounded by all the cigarettes, the man says to the warden, "I guess I should have asked for some matches." Yeah. Just before the boarding began, this flight attendant announced the flight was overbooked. So she explained the airline was looking for volunteers to give up their seats. Now this sounds like this Christmas coming up, okay, boys and girls. In exchange, the airline would offer a $100 voucher for the next flight and a first-class ticket for the plane leaving a few hours later. This little group of people ran up to the counter to take advantage of the offer, and a few minutes later, all the people returned to their seats with angry looks on their faces. The flight attendant got back on the intercom and said, "If there's anybody here besides the flight crew who would like to volunteer, come up to the desk, please." Oh, the town drunk stumbled over to a parking meter, stood in front of it, read that there's 60 minutes left till it expires. "I don't believe it! I've lost 100 pounds!"
Oh my gosh. Scale.
This prisoner finishes a 30-year sentence and is released from jail. The moment he's outside the prison walls, he begins to jump up and down and scream, "I'm free! I'm free! I'm free!" This little boy riding his bike past the prison ground yells out to the ex-con, "Big deal, I'm 4!" This man releases a genie from a bottle and he's granted only 2 wishes. "Well, fine," says the man. "I can live with just 2 wishes. I'll take the best wine in the world. The best woman in the world is my wife." In a flash, the man had a bottle of the best wine money could buy, but unfortunately, he had to share it with his new wife, Mother Teresa. Yeah, 15 minutes into a cross-country flight, the plane's captain announced over the intercom, "Ladies and gentlemen, one of our engines has failed. There's nothing to worry about. Our flight's going to take an hour longer than scheduled, but we still have 3 engines left." 30 minutes later, the captain says, "Ladies and gentlemen, one more engine has failed, and the flight will take an additional 2 hours, but don't worry. We can fly just fine on the 2 engines." An hour later, captain says, "Ladies and gentlemen, one more engine has failed, and our arrival will be delayed by another 3 hours, but don't worry. We still have 1 engine left." This young blonde passenger turned to the man next to her in the seat and said, "If we lose one more engine, we're going to be up here all freaking day." This drunk man arrived for his day in court, and he appeared before the judge, who looked down at the case file and said, "You have been brought here for drinking." And the drunk man smiled and said, "Great, let's get started." After a 2-week criminal trial in a really high-profile bank robbery case, the jury finally ended its 14 hours of deliberations and entered the courtroom to deliver its verdict to the judge. The judge turns to the jury foreman and says, "Has the jury reached their verdict?" "Yes, we have," the foreman says. "Would you please pass it to me?" the judge declares, and motions for the bailiff to retrieve the verdict slip from the foreman and deliver it. After the judge reads the verdict himself, he delivers this verdict slip back to the bailiff to be returned to the foreman and instructs the foreman, "Please read your verdict to the court." "We find the defendant not guilty on all 4 counts of bank robbery," states the foreman. The family and friends of the defendant jump up for joy at the sound of "not guilty," the verdict, and they hug each other, and there's shouting expressions of gratitude. And the defendant's attorney turns to the client and says, "Well, what do you think about that?" And the defendant looks around the courtroom slowly, a really bewildered look on his face, and he turns to the defense attorney and says, I'm kind of confused here. Does this mean I got to give all that money back?" And my last one for the night. Guy walks in a bar and grabs a stool. Before he can order a drink, the bowl of pretzels on the bar in front of him says, "Hey, you're a handsome fella." Man tries to ignore this bowl of pretzels and he orders a drink from the bartender. But the bowl of pretzels tries to get the man's attention again, saying, "Ooh, a Pilsner. That's a great choice. You seem like an incredibly smart man." Getting really uncomfortable with the pretzel's comments, the guy says to the bartender, "Hey, what the heck's up with this bowl of pretzels? It just keeps really saying these nice things about me." The bartender says, "Well, that's very normal. The pretzels are complimentary." How foolish. And that's mine for the night, boys and girl. Too bad I can't get off the stage, huh?
Big hand for why?
Oh, why not?
Well, since you're up there, tell everybody good night. Thank you for coming. Thank you for
She's-
joking. Thank you for making
There
us.
she is.
Oh well, let me do it then. So much for that, y'all. All right, y'all. That's a wrap.
All right.
Thank you for
All
laughing with us. Thank you for joking with us. Thank you for making us laugh. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Oh, it is